Hey Warriors, I'm about to let you guys in on another secret, okay? Because that's all we're doing on this channel is we're just letting out secrets that are gonna help you take your fitness to the next level. Again, especially if you're a type 1 diabetic like I am, this is gonna help you take things to the next level. Even if you're a diabetic, a type 2, a type 1.5, it doesn't matter. Even if you're not a diabetic, you're gonna learn a lot on this channel on powerful supplements to help you take things to the next level. Today, we are doing a review. As you know on this channel, we also do food reviews. Hey, this is top secret stuff, man. It's gonna take your stuff to the next level. So if you wanna get a one-up on the competition, hey, it really should just be you looking at you in the mirror. Just outdo yourself from yesterday, just to get a little poetic with you guys. But let's just dive into this one, guys. Citrulline malate, the review. What did I think about it? Should you take it? Everything you need to know. We're gonna dive into that today. Let's just make it happen. Boom! I got you guys, all right? So, that's like my new signature. I don't know what it is, man. Whoa! It is what it is. But I'm just shooting that fire at you guys today. If it's your first time on the channel, I help diabetics to control their blood sugars, build muscle, and burn body fat. But if you're not a diabetic and you like supplement reviews, kind of like this one, that are gonna help you to take your fitness, your health to the next level. And if you also like vlog style videos and other food reviews, even if you're not a diabetic, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any of this information that we're giving that is literally life-changing. As a type 1 diabetic, we are building a movement that is taking things to the next level when it comes to type 1 diabetes and fitness. What's going on, Warriors? So I've been sampling citrulline now for about a week. I'm gonna give you everything you need to know about citrulline, and I'm also gonna let you know how I felt taking it for about a week. And as you know, with reviews, we give a rating out of 10, so we're gonna give a rating at the end out of 10 in terms of what I thought about citrulline. I've been out for about 5 months, as you know, 4th day back in the gym. Haven't got back all my supplements, but I started taking this one. Now, citrulline is a non-essential amino acid, but it's not necessarily what's needed to make a complete protein. What's needed to make a complete protein is actually a non-essential amino acid called arginine. Now, what citrulline does is actually increases the amount of the bioavailability of arginine in your system to allow you to produce more of what's called nitric oxide. Now, nitric oxide is a gas that's created in the endothelial cells in your body. Those are the cells that are lining your blood vessels. And so they create nitric oxide from arginine, and that allows your body to increase what's called vasodilation in your blood vessels. In a nutshell, just to help to flow more nutrients, more glucose, more oxygen into your body's cells to help you to train better, to help you get more of a pump, and to help you feel better, and to help you give more energy overall. And it can also help in the muscle repair process as well, so you're not as sore the next day also. It can help your body in the process indirectly or shuttling ammonia out of your system. Now, when we break down protein, you have through a process of what's called deamination, which happens in the liver, your body will remove an amine group from amino acid, and what you're left with is ammonia. Now, we gotta flush ammonia out of the system, and when your body is in vasodilation mode, we're increasing that with nitric oxide. It can help your body to flush this out more effectively as well. So essentially, citrulline is touted as really just helping your body function better overall. Boom! Get it, baby. Ah, shit. I gotta stop doing that, man. People might say, why not just supplement with an arginine supplement? When you supplement with arginine, there are more enzymes in your body, and enzymes help to make reactions happen a lot faster and smoother in your body. They can transform substances in your body. Consider transforming arginine, for example, into nitric oxide and citrulline, in which it happens in the endothelial cells. But what happens if you're supplementing with something like arginine instead of something like citrulline, then the arginine is gonna get into your body, and then within the intestines, and within what's called the first phase effect, arginine has to go through the intestines, where arginine is broken down and metabolized a lot more. Then it has to go through that hepatic portal vein, which is just the vein through the circulatory system leading to the liver, which then has to break the arginine down even more before it enters the rest of your circulatory system. So essentially, what we're saying is that if you supplement with arginine to increase this nitric oxide, which is responsible for vasodilation, improving blood flow, cardiovascular health, allowing nutrients to get into your body's cells more effectively, then you're gonna limit the bioavailability of arginine, which is also going to limit how much nitric oxide is produced in the body. But when we supplement with something like a citrulline, follow me, the citrulline follows the same pathway, but the difference is it's not metabolized as much through this pathway as arginine is. And so when citrulline enters the circulatory system, citrulline will then end up transforming in the kidneys into arginine, but it's not going to be metabolized as much during that first phase effect when it goes through the intestines and through the liver like arginine was. So the bioavailability of the arginine that's produced from citrulline will be a lot higher than what's left if you were to just supplement with arginine itself. Now, because it'll convert to arginine, now we've got more of a pool of arginine that will then go and it'll be brought into the body's endothelial cells. Now, within the endothelial cells, that's what happens when the enzyme nitric oxide synthase, and again, remember, enzymes can just transform something, one component to the next. In our case, we're transforming this where it can cause a reaction as well to create something. And now in our case, and make that process happen smooth, in our case, the arginine is going to leave nitric oxide and citrulline. And that leftover citrulline can now go through the process again where it converts back to arginine. And now you've increased the amount of total arginine in your system by using citrulline instead of using just arginine. As a type 1 diabetic, we might suffer more, type 1 and type 2s might actually suffer more from having lower nitric oxide levels. And that could be due to just having a higher oxidative stress on the endothelial cells over time from maybe having higher blood sugars. And so boosting the blood flow through those cells, through the blood vessels with something like a citrulline, which can help to boost those nitric oxide levels, can actually help your body to make this process run a lot smoother for you, improving things like cardiovascular health, the muscle recovery we talked about, strength as well, energy. And so it's really powerful when it comes to that. And essentially, you might find some studies that say initially you might see a nitric oxide boost in type 1 diabetics. And sometimes that can happen. And what the suspicion is that the nitric oxide increases due to the higher levels of glucose initially when a type 1 diabetic is first diagnosed. They see higher levels of nitric oxide to almost combat what's happening with the higher blood sugar levels. But over time, what can happen is if some of those endothelial cells end up having some issues, then this can cause more issues in the transport of these nutrients, and nitric oxide can start to wean off a little bit. It also improves what's called insulin sensitivity. And so your body, you might notice after a workout that you feel more insulin sensitive or that you need less insulin post-workout if you are on a citrulline. That's actually one of the things that I noticed when I started taking this was that I needed a lot less insulin post-workout for my insulin to carb ratio. Now, this could be extremely beneficial for some type 1s who want to reduce how much total insulin they're giving themselves. Let's say they're in a cut phase and they want to reduce a little bit of that insulin. So the one study that I talk about a lot is showing that insulin pumps, people on insulin pumps can gain excess of 10 pounds to 15 pounds more than people are on injections, regardless of calories. But what they found was that if your total daily insulin or your basal that makes up your total daily insulin accounts for 35% or less of that total daily insulin, and the rest is made up of the bolus, then what you're going to find is that those people were losing the weight and going back on par with the type 1 diabetics that were on injections. And so if you can actually improve your insulin sensitivity, you can build muscle, you can also decrease how much insulin your body is taking in, which can also help with your body fat burning goals. Now, again, I always say to build a foundation of muscle first and then go into the deficit where you're dropping the insulin. But this can help to improve insulin sensitivity overall, which can then help down the line when you're ready for a deficit to be able to burn more body fat as well as you reduce those insulin levels. Now, one of the things that I noticed feeling a little bit more of a pump when I was in the gym. Now, I'm not on my EAAs yet, which is essential amino acids, amazing supplement right there as well. But doing this, I really felt like I had a pump to me. I felt like I had a little bit more strength in the gym. I was pushing more than I was before, and the insulin sensitivity. So it's only been a week for me, but I definitely noticed this. And I would say it's one of those things where I actually don't even want to go to the gym without taking one scoop of this before I train. Now, remember, your body can produce nitric oxide when you're training as well. And the reason why it does it is to improve vasodilation, to move more nutrients to the cells. But adding this in can also help to take you to the next level. And for someone like me, again, who is a type 1 diabetic, who could benefit off improving blood flow into the body, improving that circulation, this is something that can help out a lot. Now, if you want to go for something natural as well, there's also beetroot juice. Beetroot juice actually has what's called nitrates in it. Those nitrates in beetroot juice, when you consume that, it's going to interact with the saliva in your mouth. That's going to, and the bacteria in your mouth is going to produce nitrites. That now gets into your body's gut and in your system, and then that can convert also to nitric oxide, improving vasodilation. So if you're somebody that wants to improve blood flow, the vasodilation, which is again the smoothing, the loosening up of the blood vessels to allow more nutrient delivery to your cells, having something like beetroot juice can also help out as something natural as well. especially if you're a type 1 diabetic and you might suffer from some of that they call it endothelial dysfunction, which might get in the way of that blood flow in your body. Hey, boom, hot off the press, I got you guys. It is what it is, just nailing it out for you guys, telling you guys what it is, shooting you guys straight. Again, we are changing the game on how we build muscle and how we burn body fat as type 1 diabetics. My review out of 10 out of this is going to be a solid 7.9 out of 10 for me. Really great in terms of what it does, what makes up the difference. I always like to leave a little bit of a gap. 7.9 for me. I've only been taking it for a week. I want to see what happens over the next month or so, but I'll keep you guys updated. But definitely something if you guys want. The version I'm getting, it's a Citrulline by a brand called Gold Series. And this is 100%. We've got a 2-to-1 ratio of citrulline and malate. Malate that's in this is also known as the malic acid. Malic acid is part of what's called the Krebs cycle. The Krebs cycle is extremely important for cellular respiration. Cellular respiration, when we consume our food, at the end of the Krebs cycle, that's going to turn into ATP. ATP is the energy molecule for our body. So we see that the Krebs cycle and malic acid is extremely important for helping your body as well to make that process of cellular respiration and us converting that food that we eat into energy happen more effectively and efficiently. And so really powerful stuff there. And so we combine the malate with the citrulline to give you guys a powerful hit. So some of you guys want to try it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Shoot me a message down below or a comment. You know I got you guys. Appreciate y'all. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next episode.